key sectors. Uganda cranes after 3-0 loss to Algeria turns focus to second game against Guinea. Legislators dissatisfied with the National Identification and Registration Authority renewal exercise. And in sports, Chan Local Organizing Committee promises to address outstanding issues on the next match day.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
Hello there and welcome once again. We are coming to you live on air and online from Broadcasting House here on Nile Avenue. I am Rukidi Kiijanangoma. Now we'll begin with this presidential statement on strategic budgeting and prioritization of key sectors, and it reads, fellow Ugandans, especially the Bazukulu, greetings. I would like to again remind you of the mistake of kumemerera, kumansa mansa, ngwidu, scattering thin something. People who refuse to grasp the rich experience of the NRA end up plunging us into mistakes that should have been avoided. Among the mistakes I had to deal with was the mistake of kumemerera while budgeting, trying to be everywhere at the same time and ending up being nowhere, trying to do everything at the same time and ending up doing nothing properly. The NRA UPDF has always succeeded because of the strategy of kamu kamu gwe muganda, one by one makes a bundle. Up to now, you find some of our soldiers in Mama Ingia Pole grass huts. Why? We had to choose between having lethal weapons and enough personnel on the one hand, and having only posh barracks and individual cars for officers on the other hand, as was the case in the earlier governments of Uganda. Just before the coup of 1971 of Amin, I had seen some of my schoolmates at Intare who had joined the small, completely inadequate Uganda army in terms of equipment and personnel, driving personal cars acquired by soft loans from the government, and one of them was driving a Jaguar, a very expensive British-made car at that time. However, this strategy of one thing at a time was not shared by the wider government among the politicians and civil servants. That is why we had to deal with teachers' strikes for higher pay, etc., while their country was still recovering from total collapse. The Banyankole say, chifu cha mtima ngwenju yasya ati munyarire mbyame. This translates as, a stupid man was told that his house was on fire. Then he told people to prepare a bed for him to sleep. Sleep where? The house is on fire. When the house is burning up, the priority is to put out the fire. While we always peck what we can swallow, enkoko eshonda akira amire, the hen pecks what it can swallow. In the army, the wider government, especially after 1996, with the influx in parliament of careists looking for quick enrichment, you get people who think that a hen can swallow a rat. Hence, with a small budget, you get people trying to do 1,000 efforts at a go. What was the consequence of this? By 2005, Uganda was getting into a crisis because the development budget of the government was mainly being funded by donors. Yet the donors were bothering very little with the pressure we were facing. The big shame of depending on external support for all development projects was shown by three situations: the reconstruction of the Kampala-Masaka tarmac road that had reached its end of life, the reconstruction of the Kampala-Mityana road that had also reached its end of life, and the electricity line from Kona Kilak to Patongo, Kalongo, Abim, etc. Now this is just to pick a few examples. The donors had promised to do all these three. However, last minute, they all changed their plans. No, they can no longer do them. Instead, one would do the Masaka-Mbarara-Kabale portion, but not the Kampala-Masaka portion. What is the purpose of doing the Masaka-Kampala, but not the Kampala-Masaka? It is the one that leads to the other two. We had already done the Fort Portal Mubende Mitiana with barter trade with the Yugoslavs. The one who was supposed to do the power line in the north had changed his mind. My reaction was, Etajugwire nyoko kuobona ekirenje otinarire. A cow which is not part of your mother's bride price in Jugano, even they give you a hoof, you say that I have already eaten well. I told our people to forget about the donors and we build our country ourselves, relying on our scarce resources and the NRA strategy of Kamwe Kamwe Nigwamganda. Of course, by 2005, our revenue collections were beginning to increase. The main problem was, however, okumemerera, scattering the resources on all the sectors. This is when I put my foot down and said, henceforth it will be electricity and roads first and the rest later. The budget for roads beginning 2008 increased to 1.08 trillion for the first time in the history of Uganda, while that of electricity was also increased to 1.3 trillion. The budget for the total critical sectors increased to 4.62 trillion and 2.37 trillion in 2017 respectively. Actually, allocation of roads jumped to 6.4 trillion in the year 2019, and that of electricity was increased to 3 trillion in the same year. The budget of the roads was 374.14 billion, and we raised it to shillings 4.467 trillion per year. That of electricity was 133.47 billion shillings, and we raised it to 2.393 trillion per year. I insisted that it should be like that thereafter. Apparently, the budget of the roads rose to 4.457 trillion shillings per year in the financial year 2018-2019. On account of that emphasis on electricity and the roads, we overcame the electricity blackouts that had gripped Uganda starting with 2005. The Energy Fund money helped us to kickstart Bujagali. It helped us to take electricity to Kitgum, Patongo, Kalongo, Moroto, Wundibujo, etc. Indeed, today all the districts of Uganda have electricity from the central grid except for Buvuma and Obongi districts. With the roads, we were not only able to do the Kampala-Masaka and the Kampala-Mitiana sections using our own money, but we did many more new roads tarmacked. Those included Soroti-Moroto, Oluiyu, Anaka, Gulu, Kitgum, Musingo, 247 kilometers. Mbarara, Chikagate, Liantonde, Kazo, Ibanda, Kamwenje, Fort Portal, that the donors had abandoned because a Chinese had slept with a local girl, Musita Mayuge Namaingo Busia, Piji Chisozi, Sembabule Masaka, Nasana Busunju, Chiboga Hoima, Mubende, Kakumiro, Kagadi, etc. Having fought the anti-Kumemerera battle of 2005 and registered good results, I assumed everybody had understood the culture of Akwate Mpola Atu Kawala. The one who is not overambitious goes far. Recently, however, I had noticed that our road sectors are now in three categories. Category 1 are the very good brand new roads such as the Clock Tower Road, the refurbished Kampala-Entebbe Road, the Kampala-Gulu Road that is still in good condition, the good roads in Karamoja, the good roads in Bunyoro, the very good municipal roads in Masaka, Hoima, Mubende, Gulu, etc. Category 2, however, are the important roads like Mitiana, Mubende, Chenjojo, Mukono, Jinja, Ibanda, Mbarara, Ishaka, etc. that were very good but have now deteriorated because of under-budgeting for the road sector that has been allowed to creep back. Also, some of the central government Maram roads are in a bad condition, such as the road between Busunju, Sekanyonyi, Mitiana. The third category are the local government roads, where the local government planners do not use the 1.3 billion shillings for road maintenance well. Where that money is used well, the Maram roads are excellent. In my West Nile tour, I drove on a good road in Obonji district. In my Bukedi tour, I drove on good Maram roads. Kadama Chibuku to Buseta Road, Budaka, Butaleja, Namutumba Road, Palisa, Kamuge, Bulanjira, Butebo Road. When I checked with the budget of the Ministry of Works, it is now standing at 5.912 trillion shillings. However, this figure includes the standard gauge railway, the Uganda Airlines, etc. The road sector alone needs 3.21 trillion shillings to maintain our tarmac and Maram roads in excellent condition. I have instructed the Ministry of Works and the whole government to rectify that situation. Very soon you'll see a lot of activity on the following roads: Mitiana Mubende Chienjojo, Ibanda Mbarara, Ishaka Mbarara, Mukono Lugazi Jinja, Kikorongo Mpondwe, Nebi Arua, Mtungamo Rukunjiri, etc. These are old tarmac roads being rehabilitated. However, we are going to start on new roads such as Jinja, Budondo, Mbulamuti, Kamuli, Bwizibwera, Nsika, Nyakashaka, Nyakabidizi, etc. In the manifesto, these roads will be clearly laid out. What is the lesson? Owabinga ibiri imutsiga. If two animals jump out of the bush and you try to spear both of them at a go, both of them will escape. Concentrate on one as if you did not see the other one, and you will succeed. Targeting the creation of cities, new districts, higher pay for civil servants, etc. before you put aside adequate money for roads, electricity, security, wealth creation, etc. is bad planning. Listen to the NRA UPDF strategy. I have, however, also heard of some stories that there may be inflation of costs in some of the roads. Stay tuned on this channel. We may get some additional information. Signed, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda. To other news now, and President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has advised landlocked developing countries to ensure that all non-tariff barriers are stopped if poor countries are to unlock their development potential. President Museveni's message is contained in a speech delivered by the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robert Nabanja, at the 3rd United Nations Conference on Landlocked Developing Countries in Awaza City, Turkmenistan. We have more in this story.
You are coming now. The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robert Nabanja, is leading a delegation of Ugandans to deliberate on how 32 landlocked developing countries in the world can unlock their full potential in order to obtain the socio-economic transformation. The 3rd United Nations Conference on Landlocked Developing Countries is taking place in the city of Awaza in Turkmenistan. During the opening ceremony, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres highlighted the challenges landlocked countries are facing, making it difficult for them to realize their development needs.
Because landlocked countries are not only suffering all the problems that in general are suffered by developing countries, but they have particular difficulties because they are landlocked. Difficult access to international markets, imports that become much more expensive, lack of competitiveness in exports because of the distance to the markets that are targeted, and of course the difficulties in gathering the resources to provide to their citizens the benefits of progress. And with this conference we are putting the question of the problems of landlocked countries in the center of the development debate.
While delivering a message from President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni in the city of Awaza in Turkmenistan, Prime Minister of Uganda Robert Nabanja advised landlocked developing countries to ensure that all non-tariff barriers are stopped if the poor countries are to unlock their full development potential.
As long as the market remains fragmented due to tariff and non-tariff barriers, insecurity, poor infrastructure and connectivity, and lack of access to the sea by some of the countries, Africa's potential cannot be fully exploited. Therefore, without solving the challenges of insecurity, access to the market and the sea, you cannot unlock the economic potential of most African countries. Economies are built on the production of goods and services. The more services and goods you produce, especially industrial goods, agricultural products, to mention but a few, the wealthier a nation becomes.
The president further called on developed countries to support developing countries with concessional loans to allow them finance their infrastructure development programs.
Uganda, like other landlocked countries, continues to face the challenge of lack of direct access to the sea, hence negatively impacting our socio-economic transformation agenda. We believe that infrastructure development, both physical and soft, is fundamental in addressing this unique challenge faced by landlocked countries. We call on development partners, financiers, and the private sector to mobilize and provide concessional and low-cost financing.
In the sideline meeting, the Prime Minister also informed the delegates of the steps Uganda has taken to jumpstart their manufacturing sector in order to realize the $500 billion growth strategy by 2040.
In the passenger economy, government has supported investment in facilities such as microhem scientists that is manufacturing diagnostic kits for malaria, HIV, and sickle cell. We have also invested in Dye Biopharma, which has begun manufacturing essential medicines and will be the Africa's largest pharmaceutical manufacturing facility with an annual capacity of 1 billion mRNA vaccine doses. The facility will also manufacture drugs for treatment of cancer, HIV, and other diseases. In mobility, we have developed the capacity to produce over 10,000 electric vehicles annually, including electric buses.
President of Turkmenistan further called on the landlocked developing nations to further strengthen their cooperation through developing joint infrastructure projects, digital connectivity, and adopting climate resilience mechanisms as a priority.
Undeniable truth that we all need to further expand our platform of dialogue based on mutual understanding.
The conference has attracted heads of state, vice and ministers representing their countries.
Jingo Francis reporting there. Now, the Uganda Cranes have, after yesterday's 3-0 loss to Algeria, turned focus to Friday's Group C second game against Guinea in the African Nations Championship. The team has trained at the Fufa Kadiba Stadium, and from evidence of what transpired, all seems well and looking forward with determination.
7.6.
Your mind?
7 is good, you can 10.8.
Okay, stop. And 15 repetitions, go. And wait 15 seconds, that's what. Okay. What are they?
The Uganda Cranes Chan team are having some training drills at Kadiba Stadium. Now, Confederation of African Football and the Uganda Local Organizing Committee have appraised themselves to ascertain what they can do better if they, after the opening round of Chan 2024 Group C in Uganda. Notable among what they found lacking at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole, as Guinea beat Niger and Uganda lost to Algeria, was lack of food and beverages, issues of ticketing, and a few security issues.
Yeah, and we've addressed them as the team that is organizing this tournament alongside with the Confederation of African Football. So obviously you don't want to deny any fan or anyone at the stadium food. There are 2 matches which are happening and some fans arrive when the gates are opened. So it was regrettable, it was unfortunate. We've acknowledged what transpired and we're addressing it. There was a bit of miscommunication regarding CAF, because this is a CAF event, let's remember, and how we as the organizers wanted to manage the canteens of the stadium. But that issue has been addressed, and you can be sure that for the game on Friday, the 2 games on Friday, it will be a lot better and it will be business as usual. You won't have anyone who will be thirsty, anyone who will be starving at the stadium, because drinking, food and drinks are part and parcel of the enjoyment of a stadium experience. And what transpired at Nambole in the 2 games, Niger, Guinea and Uganda Cranes against Algeria, will not happen again for the entire duration of the tournament. It was regrettable, it was unfortunate. We've addressed it and it won't happen again. That Nambole has been having its designated service providers for match days, who've been managing the cafeteria, who've been managing the drinks and the eats. But CAF has got its own guidelines with the people who must be authorized in the stadium to provide all these services. So there is a system. CAF operates with certain guidelines and they're very, very stringent on them. So we never resolved that summarily, and it was a huge oversight on our part. So it will not happen again. We've reached a middle ground, because all of us, every human being, cannot function without anything in his stomach. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're the president or you're a border rider or even a beggar. We're fueled by food, we're fueled by drinking and eating. So what happened was regrettable, and I can assure you and assure all the fans who are dismayed by what happened yesterday and the country, it won't happen again.
In the aftermath of Uganda's 3-0 loss to Algeria in the Cranes opening Total Energies CAF African Nations Championship, the fans have now reacted. Take a watch.
Number 2, I thank our players so much. They should not be disappointed. A loss first game, actually the players themselves know that it's only the best well prepared that even can win. Not everybody can win. So I thank them for that effort. Let them try more. The fans who turned up, thank you very much for turning. Don't give up until the last game, because as I said, our main win in this is hosting. Let us host and host and host, and that will attract more people, more activities to come in the future.
Omupiira gwabadde mulungi mu kutandika, so mu kiro ekyokubiri ne gufa, naye kocha ensobi yakozeemu yabaddemu nti yabuuzizza nabamukaaga yabuliddewo at first ng'abasajja batukwata akawuntataka yetya nti bagenda ne babula bonna ne bagenda ne bakwaki ne bayingira mu bokisi y'abalabe then bagenda okudda nga bano abasajja bo babazize nti bwe bavaayo bonna bakuba empanvu ekitegeera ne zigwa ku basitwayika baabwe ate nga basitwayika baabwe balungi basinga abaffe ekitegeera so bwe twakomyewo mu kitundu ekyokubiri n'akyusaamu ekintu ekyo naye era bakikyusizaamu era namba mukaaga teyakoze eki teyamutuuzizaawo era ne baddamu ne bakwaki ne babula naye ne combination yabuzeemu mu maaso kubanga basitwayika baba nga batatambula basatu nga abaweereza alina kubeera omu kiba tekimala olina obateekako bagundi babiri abakolaki ababaweereza omupiira
kati omupiira gw'eggulo kikwatagana n'emipiira gye Uganda sijja kulimba nze sibimanyi era sijja kulimba nti nina kyemanyi ku mupiira gw'e Uganda ate ntegeera nnyo ebyobungereza okusinga ebyewaffe kuba ebyobungereza biteeketeeke bulungi bagula n'omusambi yadde nga tonamulabako naye ng'omumanyi naye ebyawano ffe byatulema otegeerera nze ne ku by'omupiira by'eggulo tolina kyombuuza nenkunnyonnyola naye mbuuza ku Arsenal omupiira omusingi gulina kuva wansi omwana nga bw'atuuka mu myaka egyo kwaba abasambye nga kyakola abakimanyi kati nze kyensaba batekewo omusingi gavumenti yaffe ebeere nga eva wansi mu myaka 2 myaka 3 kuba kyemanyi abazungu batwala n'abaana mu akademi nga ba myezi n'akulirayo ng'amanyi abeera awo ne bamulaga banne basiba bakola ki ekintu n'akulanga ekintu akyagala.
In relation to Uganda's match yesterday where we lost 3-0 to powerful Algeria. Now the Uganda Cranes faced a tough blow at Nambole Stadium after losing to Algeria 3-0 in the ongoing CAF African Nations Championship CHAN. The tournament hosted across East African nations including Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda continues to draw passionate crowds and divided opinions.
Oh, what a goal! Fire!
Reactions from Uganda football lovers seem mixed after Uganda lost to Algeria 3-0. While some fans were disappointed, blaming the local football system and lack of investment, others remained optimistic, acknowledging Algeria's strength and experience.
I think our team, Uganda Cranes, is not a bad team. It's a good team. But Algeria, if you follow what Algeria is all about, Algeria is a very big team. So we really tried, but I think they were the best.
The hosts, Kenya won, TZ won, you get it. So maybe that cap pressure.
In every game there's a winner and a loser. It depends on how we decide to look at it. Some people count a win as showing up and trying and doing your best, despite the fact that all of us would have wanted to live with that win. I think we tried.
When I looked at our players, the Algeria players, they looked to be so fit. And our players lacked, I think, the mode of fitness. Yes? 1.2 billion turned to be a bait.
Others emphasized the need for change, urging the government and sports authorities to invest more in football development at the grassroots level.
My last comment goes to the government. Yes, you don't need to come out now and promise the 1.2 billion. For what? You need to invest that in the lower level of sports because we need good players.
Thought if government could invest some money in the fitnesses and the fitness sessions. Number two, when you look at our people, they look stressed. It's as if someone came to play match when the landlord is calling him. It's as if someone got a good meal on that day and he has not been getting a very good meal.
The government should focus. We have some issues in the football team. I think they lack funds, but if these guys are provided with enough money, I think they will gain morale.
So as online coaches, if you're to ask us, I don't know, we could say we need to strengthen our defenses, we need to have an attack strategy.
Despite the setback, many fans remain hopeful that Uganda Cranes can win the remaining matches.
I believe Uganda Cranes is going to win the next matches.
I believe in the next game. We are at home. You people come out with all the energy and make it the very best.
The Uganda Cranes now turn their focus to the upcoming games, carrying with them the hopes of an entire nation eager for redemption on home turf. Joseph Chigozigola and Jamil Sekaja for UBC News.
That they mean serious business.
Football aside, let's go to other news stories now, and we go to the August House, where members of Parliament seem dissatisfied with the ongoing National Identification and Registration Authority (NIRA) renewal exercise. They say that it undermines the concept of Ugandan nationality, noting that citizenship should not have an expiry date. However, State Minister for Internal Affairs, General David Muhoozi, clarifies that while citizenship is permanent, a person's features aren't, justifying the need for ID renewal every 10 years. General Muhoozi was appearing before a parliamentary plenary session to respond to concerns about alleged extortion by NIRA officials during the mass enrollment and ID renewal exercise.
3 months ago, NIRA launched a nationwide mass enrollment and national ID renewal exercise. Though the process has largely progressed smoothly, various concerns emerged, alleging that some NIRA officials were extorting money from applicants in exchange for faster service.
In this exercise of renewal, the Honourable Speaker, we've had a challenge where people have been tossed here and there because people have got national IDs. These are Ugandans with national IDs. But when they go for renewal, they keep disturbing them. Go back to Giso, go back to Giso.
We had an opportunity of taking these IDs, all the data from here. But could the Minister explain to this House, what's the timeline of releasing and issuing out these national IDs?
In a bid to address the same, State Minister for Internal Affairs, General David Muhoozi, assured Parliament that investigations are underway and that several officials from various districts have been reprimanded.
Chotera, a number of them have been arrested for, bonded, investigations continue. Mubende district, some staff of NIRA have been arrested, starting with one called Tulibamu, a temporary registration assistant, arrested out on bond and his services terminated.
MPs raised concern about delays in processing IDs, questioning why renewing a national ID is necessary.
And when you give me expiry of a national ID, say for example 10 years, does it mean that you have only given me 10 years to be a Ugandan and so I might have to change or what? Because I am born here, I am from here, and I expect that at least the national ID should be open so that we don't bother people.
I agree it's disturbing 10 years, every 10 years to spend all this money to renew. But the assumption is that in 10 years, features of a person change. In 10 years, the ID itself, the paper ID, degenerates. But we want, hopefully, to go to the e-ID and even the e-passport.
Other legislators questioned NIRA's limited presence in remote and island communities.
They say if we cannot access you, give us money such that we can get to where you are. Most of our people have not accessed this because of, I think, the distance between the islands.
In Atiak sub-county, I got a request from the community that I should help them hire a generator so that the officers from NIRA can go closer to the people and register, especially the older people. When I accepted, they said, no, it is not only for old people, even us, the distance is very, very, very big for us.
Minister Muhoozi said that over 9 million applicants will receive their IDs within the next 2 months. Rebecca Nantongo, Gloria Gutabinji, Parliament.
Law Development Center will compensate structures for squatters living in Mulimira Zone, Chebando, who encroached on its 4-acre piece of land for them to vacate and the school takes over. The land is part of the queries in the Auditor General's report of 2023-2024, where the auditor questioned LDC unutilized land, which forced members of the Public Accounts Committee, led by the chairperson, Mwanga Chivombi, to do an oversight visit and establish its status.
Some people are innocent. Not everyone was aware that this land belonged to LDC. No single chairman should deny that.
Members of the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament have moved to Chebando for a locus visit and get first-hand information on the Law Development Centre unutilized land in the report of the Auditor General. The audit for the year ended 30th June 2024 revealed that land in Bokoto has squatters. Committee members interacted with the local council leaders for Chisalo and Mulimira, who told them that the biggest portion of LDC land is in Mulimira zone and occupied by encroachers. They say the 4-acre piece of land first had a farm which was being managed by one Abdukagwa and LDC staff who used to sell portions of this land.
There was nothing when we used to mine sand from there. Then Kagwa would sell portions of land between 50 and 100,000 shillings. And that's how people acquired that land.
Kagwa disappeared after hearing that LDC had started threatening to arrest encroachers on its land. Leaders, however, negotiated with LDC, which allowed to compensate the squatters.
Institution intending to compensate people is a legal institution. People brought their documents confirming ownership, and we stood our ground that people shouldn't be evicted without compensation because they acquired this land from Abdu, who was one of the
During the oversight visit, where MPs moved and assessed the size and boundary of the land, plus asking for agreements signed by the local council chairpersons, LDC lawyer Lawrence Chiseka said they have acquired police clearance and chief government valuer is to redo the valuation exercise.
The evaluation exercise should be done afresh. We shall not accept the earlier evaluation because, for instance, if an evaluation was done on a two-room house on a foundation level, it could now be a much bigger house, valued highly.
What we intend to do already, we did in 2007, 2016. However, money delayed to come. Now we want to do a revaluation, each and every structure onto this property. Then we compensate them to leave. Structures, it was about 2.5 billion.
The chairperson of the committee, Muhammad Mwanga Chivumbi, attributes the whole problem to delayed compensation of squatters by LDC.
I think should have been an employee of LDC who took it upon himself to become a landowner, went around giving people land for free, no, not for free, selling. And after selling, he just ran away. Then when you make a promise, follow through. If they had come and compensated people, I think we should never come to this end. So the work of the committee is cut out by the recommendation we shall make.
I'm Nafka Farida in Kampala.
Pastor Wilson Bugembe at 20 in Tuganda Kusaraya. Do you remember this? How about this? And this one? Join Pastor Will B as he celebrates 20 years of great ministry, worship, praise, and holy entertainment. On the 8th of August at Campus Arena Hotel. Entrance is 150K and the table of 8 goes for 3 million. Alibaba tickets available at 120K on MomoPay. Dial *165*20#. You can also find them at Worship House Nansana, Papa Sport Machindi, and Serena Hotel. For booking, call 0760-333-132. Sponsored by Victoria University, Phenon Records, Next Media, Pepsi, QC Restaurant, Massey Christian School, Success Motors, and MTN.
You brothers and your wallet. Bobby, again! What's this drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders.
No!
elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Musumba Ezekiel okuva Kenya, musajja wa Katonda, Mukama amukozesa. Mujje mu crusade egenda okubeera ekirombe, manye obulamu bwamwe tebugenda kusigala kyekimu.
Uganda, are you ready for the biggest revival explosion? New Reference Center and the Church presents a revival hearing crusade by pastor and an international evangelist, Ezekiel from Kenya.
Shine, shine, shine. You shine and you shine. And just in the name of Jesus.
It will be held from 13th to 17th August 2025 at Zambia Chirombe Grounds, Kampala. Time 8 a.m. Come and take your miracle.
Mwenna abantu b'ekirombe mwenna abali awo mujje mu lukuŋŋaana. The Lord will seriously bless you.
All you are welcome.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. I am Rukidi Kiijanangoma. Now, the NRM elections petition hearing for members of parliament has closed as the tribunal prepares to make rulings. The tribunal received over 380 petitions arising from the July 17th primaries. Meanwhile, the Director Legal Affairs, Enoch Barata, says the hearing of the petition for district chairperson and mayors kicks off on Friday this week. Philip Aguta reports.
Some of the prominent petitions heard on the last day on Tuesday is that of the Prime Minister Robin Anabanja for Woman MP Kakumiro District. The petition was dismissed on spot. The Prime Minister was represented by her lawyer.
We are happy that the tribunal saw and categorically stated that the petition is incompetent ab initio from the word go, because it is not within the parameters set out under Regulation 45.
Yeah, I'm pleading for nullification in the whole exercise. Let us go back, if it is possible, we go back, we cast our votes again. When there is peace, when there is no security, when there is no intimidation.
State Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development and MP Bukono County, Persis Namuganza, still hopes that her petition will make her the NRM flag bearer.
We have put our matter before the tribunal, and all the officers or officials who were in charge of supervision of that exercise have put in their affidavits confirming that indeed in Namutumba no tarrying of results and declaration were made, at least at the gazetted center of NRM as per Rule 41.
Philip Oucho from Pingire County, Serere District, defended his win and wants to be retained as a winner.
We've presented our facts, and the role of the tribunal is to double check the facts. And we hope that when they finally get these facts, the dust settles.
The petitioners still claim valid reasons and proof, although several respondents believe they were petitioned unfairly.
But the issue of Isinjiro has been an issue of big interest. You saw what happened in the women elections, where elections took about 5-6 days to be declared, right from Isinjiro to NRM Secretariat here in Chadondo, plus arresting of our district registrar. And all that wasn't for fun. It was real that the manipulation, the alteration, the slotting in of foreign declarations were there.
Today we have had the first hearing and they told us they will give us the results after 7 days. So there's no making any alarm that who is the winner, who is the loser, because I'm sure I'm the winner and I was declared on that day.
What we know, they were claiming that they didn't declare me. But at the end of the day, people know, the whole of Kamuli knows, and the whole constituents know because videos and audios are there when they were declaring me as the winner. So when they come with falsehoods saying that I wasn't declared, then it amazes me.
The voters of my opponent were identified by wristbands, and they are the ones only allowed to enter in the voting area, and mine people were denied the opportunity to enter after failure to read the registers. Another issue was about voting using young children, school children.
I've been petitioned by my opponent who got 50,000 votes, but she claims that the total number of voters that elected is more than the total number of voters in the register, and that the election was not fairly conducted. And we had to respond to her call and appear in the tribunal today. But her petition was filed out of time.
Director Legal Affairs Enoch Barata says the hearing for the members of parliament has closed as the tribunal prepares to make rulings. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kampala.
The Electoral Management Committee of the National Unity Platform Party, NUP, has wrapped up the vetting exercise in Entebbe Municipality. Entebbe Municipality is the last area in Wakiso District for the verification process. We have more in this story.
Aspirants vying for various positions, including municipal mayors, LC5 chairpersons, and councillors at all levels, gathered for the vetting session. The process was peaceful, with candidates uploading the party's transparency.
Well, today we're here for the most anticipated vetting process. So we've been doing groundwork. We understand so far that groundwork takes 60% of our evaluation, and this vetting process takes the remaining 40%. So we're here for the vetting.
For a vetting process, as a NUP member, I trust the NUP vetting team, the electoral process, which has at least a big team.
This is our day for the vetting process, but we've been following the program. Surely we feel that this process is going to bring out only competent leaders.
Vetting process, given that it's looking at 40%, and when you look at the questions they've been asking, it's not been like an exam. It's been like a conversation, because if you love your party, you follow your party, you know what it's all about, it becomes easier for you.
Among those who addressed the committee were Sekawaya Arafat, aspiring LC5 Division A chairperson, Aloyo Grace, LC5 Division B aspirant, and Mayor Hopeful, Dr. Luanga Wakaima Musisi.
Like me, I've been training for this position for the last 15 years, and I've been organizing myself for this duty.
For myself, I would say I'm the ground. I'm born, raised in Entebbe. The ground is us. The ground is people. The ground is you. The ground is me. The ground is our business ladies, our businessmen. The ground is our school kids. The ground is our schools. The ground is people.
The candidates say the vetting process was an opportunity to realize their leadership potential.
For me personally, I like this process because it has prepared us. We've been following it. And we know that after the vetting, we are going to get the best leader. And I'm sure that I'm going to be the best.
Many aspirants express loyalty to the party's cause to strengthen its structures.
An opportunity as a woman, I'm a woman activist, people in Entebbe know. I look at where women are, we are the mothers of this nation. So if I'm given an opportunity to serve and represent the women of Entebbe, I'm looking at them being seen.
Joseph Chigozigola and Jamil Sekaja for UBC News.
The Democratic Party's youth wing, Uganda Young Democrats, UYD, has called upon disgruntled members to engage peacefully with the new leadership following internal disputes arising from the recent Mbarara Delegates Conference. During the press conference at their headquarters, the row deepened after piglets were mysteriously dropped at DP offices today.
The newly elected UID President Helen Sayun has urged aggrieved members to avoid confrontation whenever they have concerns. This follows an incident where 8 black piglets were dumped at the DP headquarters in Kampala, an act the party suspects was carried out by internal dissenters.
We as UID, we know how to do our fights, and we don't fight on streets because these are indoor fights. We want to say that we have a very big table inside that office of the Democratic Party, and that's where we fight. We do our fights from.
DP advised that dissatisfaction should be addressed legally. Witnesses allegedly linked the piglet incident to a former personal assistant to DP President Norbert Mao.
I found somebody I know. He was in black with a mask. He's a former personal assistant to Norbert Mao.
We wouldn't want to really focus on them so much because they are not part of our problems. Right now we want to focus on working for the young people, but these are people that went to court already and we want to wait for court.
Helen Sayun, the new UID president, appealed to the Electoral Commission to vet all aspirants for youth positions to eliminate average candidates who disenfranchise legitimate contenders.
We are calling upon the Electoral Commission to do thorough check and to look into all the candidates because we do not want to have elections where youth, we know that a youth is supposed to be below 30 years according to the National Youth Act.
She requested government to support youth-focused initiatives such as sports and entrepreneurship.
We have been asking the government that can you at least grant some tax holidays, can you at least exempt taxes from the young people who are starters in businesses, or put at least incentives, because now you realize that most of the young people even start businesses but they do not see their first birthdays of their businesses. So we are asking the government that at this International Youth Day, what are you gifting to the young people?
Meanwhile, DP is preparing for the 2026 general elections with over 180 members already nominated. Joseph Chigozigola and Prosi Chontawaire for UBC News.
Still talking party politics, the National Economic Empowerment Dialogue Party President Joseph Kiijanangoma has dismissed suspension claims by the aggrieved party spokesman Moses Matovu as null and void. Kabuleta noted that according to Chapter 24 of the NEED Constitution, the party president is the chief spokesperson of the party.
Actually, according to the Constitution, I'm the chief spokesperson of the party. So even if they were to suspend me, I would be the one to announce that have been suspended.
In accordance to the Constitution, Joseph Kiijanangoma has reclaimed the position of party spokesperson and no one is allowed to communicate on behalf of the party. Joseph Kiijanangoma, NEED party president, asserts that the move by the party spokesperson to suspend him as party president is null and void. He explains that he can only be suspended by the National Executive Committee of the party.
It was just something in the media aimed at slander because according to our Constitution, which by the way I inherited from the party which I took over, the National Executive Committee cannot meet unless it has been called by the President and chaired by the President or by anybody whom the President designates to chair it.
He made the remarks while he was officially launching his 2026 official presidential campaign poster.
Today we've launched the official campaign poster for my presidential campaign for 2026-2031.
Meanwhile, NEED opposition party has written to the Electoral Commission to compel Forum for Democratic Change opposition party president Nathan Nandala Mafabi to withdraw his campaign slogan, "Money in our pockets," which he says contradicts with "Money in your pocket" NEED slogan.
We've written to the Electoral Commission asking them to compel FDC's Nandala Mafabi to stop using the slogan "Money in your pocket" because it is gazetted as a NEED slogan, and so he cannot copy it. So we've asked the Electoral Commission to let him know that "Money in your pocket" is a slogan that has been gazetted for us. So, and we hope that he will change his poster and put something that is more creative, that is not copied from us.
In a related development, the party further clarified that it will not hold party primaries, but the party will decide on who will carry the party flag.
Now from here, after launching this and after this process, we are going to start moving across the country to identify different candidates who are interested at all sorts of levels.
Reporting for ABC TV, Helen Barbara and Emon Ngabo.
This news is up next after this other commercial break.
Techno and MTN. Together, our flash snap is unstoppable. Grab the Techno Camon 40 series and get free 9 GB of MTN data valid for 3 months. Don't wait. Get your Techno Camon 40 today at Techno stores and MTN outlets. MTN is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Welcome back. Let's have a look now at the latest in business. Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives and World Packaging Organization and Institute for Packaging Partners of Uganda has launched a landmark packaging industry training for value chain actors. During the launch, Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, Francis Mwebesa, says the training is a key pillar to industrial and economic growth.
The 3-day masterclass is part of a global initiative to strengthen packaging capabilities in emerging economies. Minister of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives Francis Mwebesa at the opening ceremony emphasized the strategic importance of packaging in industrial growth.
Investing in packaging, innovation and technology is therefore essential for Uganda's industrial growth, especially in agro-processing, pharmaceuticals, food and beverages, and artisanal products. Through this masterclass training, we are equipping our industry professionals with the latest knowledge and skills in packaging technology, standards, and sustainability.
Dr. Joshua Mutambi, Commissioner for Processing and Marketing at the Ministry of Trade, echoed the need to invest in quality packaging to ensure competitiveness at both local and international markets.
So when a product is poorly packed, its shelf life
will reduce. And when it expires, definitely that will be a loss to the manufacturer. At the same time to the consumer, because imagine you have bought your piece of bread because it is poorly packaged and the bread is wasted, it starts going bad.
Because I believe after this, our products and our packaging of Ugandan products is not going to remain the same. So those of us who are here, let's take the knowledge we are going to pick from this training very, very seriously.
Packaging plays a vital role in reducing food loss and waste, a critical issue in Uganda's agro-industrial sector. President World Packaging Organization tasks the trainees to scale up the knowledge gained here to benefit other communities.
Keep the ears open and learn as much as you can over these coming days, so that when you leave here at the end of the week, you can take out and implement the very next day in your own environment.
Packaging is to help us distribute the food worldwide. That's why we're here. And also packaging is a tool which somebody can use to extend the shelf life of the products. And the packaging is not very difficult, it's very easy. Even at your household, do packaging or product. For example, some people, they can boil beans. After they put them in tin, they call the tin, and then they put in the refrigerator. That's also packaging.
Some of the beneficiaries attest to the timeliness of the training, saying they have been losing a lot due to unsustainability in packaging.
The challenges that we are currently facing in regards to packaging is that locally we don't have packaging that is sustainable and also packaging that can ensure that the quality of the products is maintained.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
In an unprecedented move to restore dignity, security and economic empowerment, the Microfinance Support Center is rolling out a life-changing intervention for women in Uganda's night economy. These women are now at the center of a strategic national support plan.
Mbale, for many reasons, has one of the most celebrated nightlife in the country. As the sun sets and the city slows down, another economy wakes up, one deeply stigmatized, the nightlife.
At our very passion and conviction as MSC, we have identified this group with support of the key stakeholders within the district as well as our zonal office for this nature of approach. So our beginning point as MSC under the BDS unit is normally capacity building.
Often hidden in the shadows of the night, these women face unimaginable risks.
When they go out there, someone can bargain. They can tell them, I'm going to give you 300,000, and then someone will be excited and go. Reaching there, it will be another mission. Maybe they wanted to kidnap you. They even do some sacrifices. For you, what you've talked here, I think it's what's going to happen there, and it's not what's going to happen there.
The Microfinance Support Center is not being sympathetic, it's being strategic. In a carefully phased approach, MSC is first empowering these women with knowledge about its operations and instilling confidence in what lies ahead.
What we are going to do next is to at least support these groups in form of giving them grants, like starting capital, so that that money can help them start some small businesses so that they can be able to at least generate daily income and try to pull out themselves from the major activity which they are doing, and try as much as possible to get income to support their families.
People often think it's all about money, peer pressure or influence from drugs. But many of these women storm the streets in pursuit of survival for their children. They say single motherhood is tough.
One thing you have to consider in life, that we don't do these things because we deserve them. We do not desire them. We love our lives.
They cannot afford to take care of their children because now, you know, when you have a kid, you're a single mother, the kid needs to eat, the kid needs education. Someone says, I cannot go and steal. Let me go and sell my body and then I get something out of it.
The women are not alone in this journey. They have a leader, one they respectively refer to as their president. To confirm this, when information reached her of MSC's plans, she mobilized over 180 women, both active and reformed participants in the night economy. They knew this was a chance to repaint and perhaps erase their dark history.
Nze ng'omukulu pulezidenti w'ekibiina nkubiriza abakyala bonna bagendere ku ebyo bye bayize olwaleero era nga nange ngenda kwongerako ku ekyo kye bayize kuba nze nsuubira nti njize nnyo okubasinga era abatategedde ngenda bategeeza baddemu bategeere.
Backing MSC's initiative is the Paradise Development Association, a group of corporate women serving as examples to guide their sisters from the shadows of the streets into the light of dignity.
By the end of the time, we want our thing to grow, and then we come out to teach others that you can start like this and do something big.
With continued support from Microfinance Support Center, the streets may no longer be the only option for these women. This intervention in the great land of the Bamasaba strengthens the journey to financially empower and transit our dear citizens in Uganda's night economy into a safe and dignified source of revenue. Chris Buyondo, UBC.
Sports news now, and former Fundacio Excalibur students have taken part in a friendly football mini tournament with the current cohort of program participants at Naguru Katali Primary School. The event brought together over 40 young participants from different cohorts, with both boys and girls represented across different junior age groups.
The activity is part of the Naguru Social Sports School project, a collaborative initiative that uses football as a tool for social development for the Naguru community in Kampala.
The friendly match with the old cohort and the new participants of Excalibur Fundación is not just a game. We want to create the spirit of culture, continuity, discipline, interaction and mentorship in the children.
This project is sponsored by partner organizations that include Foundation Real Madrid, Foundation Excalibur, Youth Sport Uganda, and I&M Bank.
At I&M Bank, we believe sports is a powerful tool for social transformation, and being a part of such a project gives us an opportunity to give children a chance to grow, learn, and unlock their full potential in sports. Education and skills is one of our strategic pillars when it comes to corporate social responsibility, and being partnering with Excalibur gives us an opportunity to be part of such a great initiative that is going to change and empower the youth.
Youth Sport Uganda used this occasion to highlight how sports shapes communities and builds character.
And besides that, there is a social talk. A social talk is a moment that after the football session, a young person sits down and you get to talk to them about that particular theme, but in excess, in terms of real life, in terms of the communities that they are coming from. What is autonomy to them? Well, how does self-esteem that we teach in a football session help in our community? So young people get to express themselves in those particular themes. So equality.
The Naguru Social Sports School project serves as a beacon of hope in a community facing vast challenges ranging from poverty, limited access to education, and inadequate sanitation. By integrating football with academic support and life skills training, the project fosters values like discipline, teamwork, and respect among its participants.
Centamo reporting there. And on to golf now. James Abiria secured the highest score of the series league with 43 points, winning the NCBA Golf Series 2025 GJ Club leg and a fully paid trip to Muthiaga Golf Club in Nairobi for the grand finale later. This was during the second of 3 legs of the NCBA Golf Series 2025 held at the Ginger Golf Course over the weekend.
Chairman, Ginger Club, please.
James Abiria finally won the NCBA Golf Series leg after his attempts last year were all in vain.
Last year I tried, but I couldn't make it. I tried 3 times Ginger, Entebbe, UGC, and it wasn't successful. But there's nobody saying that ninja never dies. I had to make sure I struggle to do something for myself to improve my golf, including going for range at UGC, where I made one of the pros who looked at my problems and told me, man, you are suffering here when the solution is here. I was suffering when I was gripping badly, and he just showed me that, and all the iron shots improved. I'll go to Muthaiga and try my best. I'll try my best and bring... Okay, I'll play my best. That's what I can promise. But if God is on our side, all will be possible.
Other winners were Kirilian, Martha Babidi, Joel Apungu, Kamanyi Jim, Brian Omeda, Oyom Vicky and Nicholas Luyama in the different divisions.
Today's tournament was individual Stableford, the yellow ball. The yellow ball challenge added a layer of fun, teamwork.
We are not only celebrating the beauty, the challenge of this course, but also continue an exciting journey. An exciting journey that spans 3 courses in Uganda and also 22 others across Kenya, Rwanda, and Tanzania. But it is a celebration of passion, of talent, and shared values that unite golfers across the region. A platform where healthy competition is encouraged and where lasting personal and professional networks are built. At all forms, the golf series is just one of the ways we live out of this belief.
The NCBA Golf Series 2025 Ginger Club leg attracted 85 players and featured a range of competitive categories. The winner of each leg wins a fully paid trip to Muthiaga Golf Club, Nairobi for the grand finale.
And that story brings us to the end of this bulletin. Thank you so much for having kept us company. I am Rukidi Kiijanangoma. We wish you a very blessed night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Pastor Wilson Bugembe at 20 in Tuganda Kusaraya. Do you remember this? How about this? And this one? Join Pastor Will B as he celebrates 20 years of great ministry, worship, praise, and holy entertainment. On the 8th of August at Campus Arena Hotel. Interest is 150K and the table of 8 goes for 3 million. Alibaba tickets available at 120K on MomoPay. Dial star 165 star 20 hash. You can also find them at Worship House Nasana, Papa Sport Machinde, and Serena Hotel. For booking, call 0760 333 132. Sponsored by Victoria University, Phenon Records, Next Media, Pepsi, QC Restaurant, Massey Christian School, Success Motors, and MTN. Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Diseases like Mpox can catch anyone, and when treated by qualified health workers, patients fully recover. However, it is important to know that survivors are not carriers. Welcome them home with open arms and support them to start life afresh. Truly, they need your support and compassion.
Always remember to seek guidance from the nearest health facility on how to support survivors to resettle well in the community.
For more information about Mpox, call the Ministry of Health toll-free line on 0800 1066 or send a free SMS to your report on 8500. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF, WHO, and its partners.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the 1st floor.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.